Yeah, love that, love that. So you mentioned briefly there, Welder Mewtwo. Now I'm looking at this day two. I'm not seeing a great deal. Why do you reckon that is?
I think the deck was really teched for this tournament. So I even teched really hard for it myself. I played double Frying Pan and double Shrine, which is crazy good against Welder Mewtwo. Because then you turn off the Victini option. So they basically have to go in and do 300 to your ADP after your GX to have a chance.
Yeah.
And then when you answer with the Sation, they can just answer with Victini. And then normally the list just can't get that second Station immediately, right? Without the... that will just require all 4 saucers. And normally it's really hard, unless you can go deck out with Acrobax. Then it's easier. But that was the plan. But if you have Frying Pans, then you can't answer with Victini. So you have no way to actually do the knockout on the Station. And then that Station is just going to take 6 prizes on its own, and you can't do much about it. So the Frying Pan's really good against that matchup, really good against Firebox, and and the Shrine obviously puts your Mewtwo's at 1-hit knockout range. And like I said, all of the Mewtwo's at the same time, so you don't have to hit like the damage modifier for both of them. You just need 1 Shrine, and those kicks their Stadium, which can disrupt them as well. So really good card against Welder Mewtwo, basically. That's why I want to play 2 of each, just to make sure that matchup was really good, and it worked out.
Yeah, I've been the recipient of a Welder Mewtwo where they just went Flare Blitz 300, whatever it's called. The next turn, Victini, you're like, oh, okay, this is a problem. Yes. There's not a lot I can do now.
That was the plan to beat ADP in the beginning. So, but now countering that counter plan again makes it really hard for them. I still like the deck a lot, though. Like Mewtwo has a lot of options. It feels really consistent. Yeah, a lot to do, basically, and I do still appreciate that. Like,
I didn't see a lot of in day 2 was the Mewtwo Mali. Do you feel as if that's completely fallen off now, or is it still merit for people to play it potentially?
I still think it's a really good deck. I'll still pick it as one of the absolute top decks for sure, but it does struggle with some inconsistency because you have to set up evolution Pokemons, which is not too great. Even if it's only stage 1s, you kind of need to set them up, and you can't always do that consistently. You just need more pieces to execute its game plan. But if you do execute your game plan, you have a really powerful deck, though. So that's the thing. You kind of trade some power level. You get a lot of power level for some consistency, and I definitely think it's still a strong deck. I was playing against the day 1 actually, and I was kind of lucky to beat it, because sometimes they just don't set up right, and sometimes they do set up and they just ran through you, and they can't do too much about it. Like turn 1, what is the name? Horror House?
That's it, yeah, Horror House, yeah.
Turn 1 Horror House into double Malamar, and then a Marnie Dusknoir, or you have a big hand and then go for a Poltergeist to one-shot attack team or something. There's no way back from that. You just lose, right? And that's just how the deck goes sometimes, and just really powerful.
Yeah, I've been the recipient of that, the old Horror House into KO ADP. There's not a lot I can do now.
I mean, you lose, right?
Yes. Literally scoop them up onto game 2. I'll go first.
And especially with the Malamars in play, they basically just need a basic Pokemon to get their next attacker, if you were lucky enough to get through their first one. So
yeah, true.
Just really kind of oppressive when everything gets rolling there. Not as bad as in Expanded, of course, but it's still pretty hard. You go to turn 1 Horror House, you go Marnie, and you go Dusknoir, and your opponent is at 2 cards before you play the supporter. That's kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's a different ball game. That one Expanded. We don't want to worry about that one too much.
I don't play Expanded anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm bad enough at Standard, let alone a different format. Jesus. One deck I saw a little bit earlier didn't have a good showing at this tournament. Goons. Do you feel as if there's any merit to play such a deck now, or is it just a sort of just leave it alone?
I mean, before Malmo, I think it actually won the last big tournament before.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah.
and probably why a lot of people respected it, me included, and why we wanted to play like Oranguru and Mobile and all this stuff. So I think Guns is one of the decks that people can't be respecting if you want to do well with it. It obviously takes a loss to any deck that has attackers that evolves. So like Macargo, you basically can't beat, right?
Yeah.
It'll just run through you. Even if you have like some GX options, you can't really do too much against them. And if people are prepared and have like some cute techs, then you can overcome them, of course. But it's really annoying and hard. And your deck is inherently very inconsistent because not only are we playing stage 1s where I expressed concern that you're kind of inconsistent. You're playing a stage 2 deck, and you have really low damage output as well. So I don't know. It kind of feels more like a mythical deck and almost like a gimmick deck. I don't like it too much, but it's all right. I know a lot of people love it, and it's the Goons, it's Zigzagoon, and everything. It's a lot of fun though, but I don't think I would take it to a serious tournament. I even faced Tim in the tournament. He got top 4 at those IC with Goons, and even he didn't play it. So I felt that was like a sign that probably the Goons should be on the backseat for a little, wait until people stop respecting it, and then you can try to come back.
Yeah, that's it.
Because right now people just don't want to lose to it, and that's not a good time to be playing Goons. So
yeah, this is true. Especially like I said, if any sort of evolved and or special condition random thing can beat it, then but yeah, give it a few months, guys. I'm sure we'll see Goons again. So it's sort of like how Mill does. No one respects Mill, or well, in past times, no one respects Mill. Then bang, it just takes everything home. We're like, oh yeah, but
exactly.
gotta watch out for that.